Missed an episode of your favorite podcast? Choose from over a decade of content in our archives, not just the latest episode. All free at GCNlive.com.
This is your call to action. Get prepared, America. Economy, survival, energy, disasters. This is USAPrepares.com. Informative radio, educational radio. Interact now by emailing instructor@USAPrepares.com or text at 434-390-7953. Class, please take your seats. Now, your instructor, Vincent Finelli.
Watch the greenbacks
Right. I think I overdid the bliss this morning. Everyone all set, cocked, locked. Here we go. Your dial set correctly to USAPrepares.com. And we broadcast 2 hours from the farm right here in the Ozark Mountains. If you'd like to call us, we'll be delighted to pay for the call. And that number is 866-582-9933, 866-582-9933. There's a link to your instructors on the website, USAPrepares.com. John is engineering the broadcast in Minnesota. Dr. Richard Allen Miller's with us. Welcome, Rick.
Good morning. Good morning. Yes, I love when you laugh every morning when you start. It's my wake-up call for caffeine.
You know, Rick, sometimes people say to me, what's Rick like? And I'll say, just as you hear him on the radio, that's exactly what he's like. And, you know, I have these mental...
I love Saturday Night Live and their humor.
Mm-hmm. I have these mental images of you in the kitchen and you at, I've seen you have 4 discussions at one time, you know, around the kitchen table. There'll be, you know, maybe Matt Stein.
I'm doing 2 of them right now. I'm pointing to 17 wild turkey. Outside my door.
Yeah. So Rick, I've been watching this DVD series, and what we did was when our children were younger and they were homeschooled, we found this organization that sells these educational DVDs, courses, and they sold them on VHS tapes as well back in the 90s. And the company is called The Teaching Company. This is not a commercial, by the way. This is just what we've done. And they are located in Chantilly, Virginia. And what they do is they have a method by which students can nominate their instructors as, what a great instructor, my teacher's the best. And they nominate their instructors to this company, the teaching company, and the teaching company then requests more information from that particular instructor, and then there's an interview, and if the instructor is that good, then they'll do a video, and then they will sell the video, and I guess the instructor will get some of the revenue. And you may want to do this, Rick. So anyway, I've been watching one called The Nature of Earth, an Introduction to Geology, and it's taught by Professor John J. Renton. And he actually is a businessman, and he has a company that determines what things are, you know, by their physical properties, their chemical properties. He's a chemist and he's a geologist. And as I watch this, and there's about 36 hours of education in this DVD series. Well, maybe 18 hours. But it's riveting, it's fascinating, and it's tying a lot of things together for me. For example, chemistry is in everything, absolutely everything. And there's no way around it. Chemistry is involved in every facet of our lives. And then there's, you know, the biological relationship to the chemistry and the physics relationship and so forth. And I just think that there's so much to learn, Rick, and there's so little time to learn it.
So I have a story for you. I
Okay.
did this, it was a talk on geoengineering in Ashland, and in the crowd was an individual called Dennis Dragon. He is the younger brother.
Could you speak up a little bit? Rick, could you speak up a little bit? It's hard to hear you. Did you move back or something?
How's
Okay.
this working?
A little closer, maybe?
Well, okay, that means
that's better.
I'm on
that's
my
good.
phone.
That's good. That's
so
good.
It should be
we got
fine.
it.
Let me.
Okay, it's good now.
There. How's that?
It's good.
Better?
Yep.
Okay. So I met Dennis Dragon. He runs the sound studio at Steve Miller's 2,000-acre ranch here locally in Williams, Oregon, called Pacifica. And this is a 2,000-acre dreamland that has the finest sound studio possibly on the West Coast, and it's my cousin Steve Miller. And so Dennis and I have become friends, and they have, one of the projects they have out at Pacifica is a thing called the Caterpillar, which is a bus that will hold 30 small kids and 3 instructors as a traveling science lab. And they would like me to start up a Mr. Wizards program where we go to the different schools with this traveling science laboratory, which has got the usual bric-a-brac in it for bird identification, insects, and, the usual stuff they had with little flashcards and things like that. And so the first thing I did was I put a wish list together for hygrometers, barometers, pH measures, and a dark field microscope. I want to teach young children at 4 years old how to look at water and determine whether it has arsenic in it or it's drinkable. And I'm going to start them at that age with this new bus called the Caterpillar. And this is only the beginning. We're setting up these sustainable lifeboats, which will be around the education of children. And I have an ecumenical project going on with a group of churches here in Grants Pass called Common Ground, to be distinguished from Common Core. And right now, my Grace and Thorne and Julie Vassapoli are helping me draft a letter from the Daily Courier's yesterday article, Increasing Teacher Diversity. And I'm going to take exception and say it is we should be teaching children diversity. What the problem with Common Core is it's taking our natural resources, our children's diversity, and making them all the same. And it stops now. And I am going to make and all the churches get it here locally in Grants Pass. And we have more churches than I do think we have fast food stores. Now, Grants Pass is a very conservative, good old boy, oath keeper, Ku Klux Klan. It's got the militant forms down here, and our children matter. And so I'm going to start here as a model with Pacifica and branch it out to several other things, including a city park that is now in the county. And guess what? The county and the city in this part of the world don't even talk to each other. They're kind of like budgets and who gets what. And so what I'm going to try to do is make this city park in the county around a library system and a grade school that's at the corner of this piece of ground that I used to farm. I have a dream. And I believe it's about the diversity of our children, not the fact that we need a diversity in teachers. You know why they want a diversity in teachers? Because 42% of the kids here speak Spanish. And the way Putin put it when he went to the United Nations, he said, in Russia, if you want to become a Russian and move and live as a Russian, you speak Russian. And he got a standing ovation. 5 minutes. It is a concept we have lost. I remember when it used to be Esperanto because they weren't going to do it as Spanish. What the heck is going wrong with our educational system? This is no longer the America I served and protected. And I'm going to do my part in trying to bring it back into true.
Rick, it sounds to me like you're not asking for permission. You're not asking anybody to do anything. You're just going to lead by example. You're just going to do it. That's
exactly by walking the talk. And that's what every single person listening to me right now needs to do. If you feel strongly about something, just do it.
Mm-hmm. We have a senior instructor in Europe. His name is Miles, Miles, And Miles called me, months and months ago, and we talk all the time. And one of the things he said, Vincent, you don't do talk radio. You and your instructors do radio, D-O. We don't talk about it, we do it. And that's exactly what you're saying, Rick. We do it. And the reason we do it...
Start with yourself.
Yeah,
Start
that's
with
exactly
your
right.
inner nucleus, the family. That is why the ecumenical is joining. They are trying to bring back the family structure in America. That is, we have two generations without both parents at the table. And when you sit around the table and say grace, it's not about religion. It's about structuring the water inside you with intentionality. And I am beginning to get the big picture. Last night, this movie I went to see had Rupert Sheldrake and Pinchbeck and some other really important people, and they were not able to nail the articulation of what I'm trying to tell you. Yeah, start with yourself, and the whole movement is outward. And it's not about a goal as what you're trying to do, like the door. It is, Simon says, you can go halfway to the door. The door never happens. What happens is the journey. And that's what everybody has to realize about taking the first step, the journey of it. That's where the essence is, that moment.
It's as simple as this. Many years ago, back in the 1980s, I got on a jetliner, and I remember the stewardess telling us about the safety concerns, and she said that when, should we need it, the oxygen mask will drop down from the the overhead bin, and put your mask on first before you take care of your child. And I think, if we go down, no one's going to survive. So we really do need, and I'm not talking about being selfish. I am saying we need to take care of ourselves so that we can take care of the others. And we need to lead by example. I am in total agreement with what you've just said. Absolutely. And I think it's wonderful that you're going to be Mr. Wizard and you're going to be on this.
Get a load of me, man.
The children love you.
Chemcraft chemistry set.
There you go. And the children love you. Dr. Richard Allen Miller's with us, senior at USAPrepares.com, instructor, docram.com, DOCRAM.com. We'll be right back in just a few short moments. How many of you want to learn how to dig up bugs, worms, and raise crickets for food? Do you prefer to eat them dried and crunchy or while still alive? Well, you won't have to if you can defend your food supply from predators. You may want to get an AR-15 kit from guns80.com and build your own AR-15 rifle from a kit. If you can legally own a rifle, you can purchase this AR-15 kit. If you're handy, you can complete the rifle in about an hour. The kit comes with all the parts you're going to need to build your rifle, but you'll need a drill press. And survivalists need one anyway. The Guns80.com team purchased the same used floor-standing drill press that I have for $100. You can too. And when you're finished, you'll have a paperwork-free AR-15 rifle, a drill press, drill bits, and the knowledge to maintain your AR-15 rifle, all for less than you expect. So if you want a paperwork-free AR-15 parts kit like mine, visit Guns80.com, Guns80.com, and let the unprepared have our share of the bugs.
Is negative content or comments on the web affecting your personal or professional reputation? Unfavorable comments, embarrassing pictures, videos, legal documents, and bad tweets can ruin your personal life, your career, or your business. It happens a lot, and it's just not fair. But what can you do? Reputation.com can protect your good name. Get a free consultation now at 800-831-0771. That's 800-831-0771. Call right now for a free expert reputation analysis. It's easy to squash the unfair attacks with our patented system, and the analysis is absolutely free. Make the best things about you jump out in searches. Protect your personal and professional reputation, your business, and your income. Get your free reputation analysis from Reputation.com right now. Call 800-831-0771. 800-831-0771. 800-831-0771.
This is Dan Pilla. Do you owe the IRS money you can't pay? Are tax debts crippling you? I've defended people from the IRS for over 30 years. I've helped thousands, and I can help you too. I wrote the book on IRS settlement, and I'm telling you, there's no such thing as a hopeless case. Call 800-34-NO-TAX to finally get free of IRS debt. With the IRS's new programs, there's never been a better time to solve your problem. Call 800-34-NO-TAX. That's 800-34-NO-TAX, or my website, danpilla.com.
Are you tired of commuting to a job that makes someone else rich? Working harder than ever, but getting nowhere? Do you hate spending hundreds of dollars every week on daycare? Having someone else raise your children? With our opportunities, you can start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss, work from home, and live a happier life. At Be the Boss Network, you'll find hundreds of work-from-home opportunities that you can literally start today and be earning money as soon as next week. Go to freedom106.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss. Get out of the rat race. Work from home. Go to freedom106.com right now and change your life today. That's freedom, the number 106.com. Go to freedom106.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You be the boss. Go to freedom106.com.
Attention USA Prepares listeners. When you're on the road or have limited data or Wi-Fi, now you can listen to USA Prepares unfiltered and untapped at no extra charge on this non-federal phone number, 1-605-477-3249. Try it now to listen to USA Prepares 24/7 at no extra cost or data charges. These are not on federal lines. These are lines located on Indian reservations off the grid. Call 1-605-477-3249. No smartphones or internet needed. To hear USA Prepares untapped and off the grid, just call 1-605-477-3249.
Dr. Richard Allen Miller's with us. Rick, I'm looking at a post on the internet, and this kind of bothers me. Actually, it really bothers me. As a matter of fact, it bothers me so much, I think I am going to recommend a boycott. Here's what it is. And this is from CBS Sacramento. And here's the post. Vizio, V-I-Z-I-O, smart TVs track viewers' watching habits to work
I saw that
Yeah.
yesterday, Joey. Yes.
Yep. And yeah, Joey, our good friend and instructor. It says here, San Jose, California, CBS Sacramento. When choosing a smart television, buyers are often presented with a variety of features. One they may not be aware of, that the TV could be watching you. Vizio's smart TVs, one of the most popular manufacturers, can track your viewing tendencies and report them to advertisers, as reported by ProPublica. The feature, Smart Interactivity, is already turned on as a default setting for millions of people who have purchased this device. Viewers are able to turn off the setting, that is, if they even know it exists. Non-personal identifiable information may be shared with select partners to permit these companies to make, for example, better informed decisions regarding content production, programming, and advertising, Vizio said in a statement. Vizio seems to be taking a new approach by tracking viewers by default, while competitors like San Jose-based Samsung or LG Electronics leave it to the customers to turn the setting on. Vizio's sharing with advertisers also reportedly lets them target devices like your phone, which other companies do not. Smart interactivity. Yeah, smart interactivity
it goes
analyzes.
downhill from there because you can trace the money and you can see they were paid to do that.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Now
it says here they didn't just do it; they had an incentive. Gets worse than that. Guess who paid them? And guess where this is going in terms of law enforcement? A second thing that Joey sent me yesterday was this guy nuking his tracking chip that he had in his microwave to burn it out. And they arrested him because he was destroying property that belonged to the government. Europe is really down on these things. America doesn't even have a clue. That's why we're ignorant and ill-informed. But Europe has a history with Nazi Germany to the point where everybody is suspicious of everything that the government might want to do. And that's where the guy nuked his chip over in Germany because, he didn't want to be tracked like a GPS. My guess is it's time to realize that cell phones and that technology is not your friend.
Yep. Let me continue. Smart with this post. Smart interactivity analyzes watching habits of viewers, including content, time, and channel. The patterns are connected to the viewer's IP address, which can be used to identify other devices in the home. The company updated its privacy policy to say that it had begun providing watching habits to companies that may combine this information with other information about devices associated with that IP address, according to ProPublica.
This
In an
is
October filing,
as you saw in the movie Minority Report. This is where we are going, where it will know your habits and your behavior even before you do. That's Jade 2.0 software, and the Jade Helm experiments were even about a new software they haven't even talked about going beyond the Jade 2, and I can give you the name of that later. I'll tell you what, we are headed toward oblivion here in terms of too many people on Earth, and they're going to break us down into producers and consumers. And this is not why we're here on Earth.
Okay. It goes on to say, in an October filing, Vizio said that its new tracking tactics will increase profit margins in the business and will be able to provide highly specific viewing behavior data on a massive scale with great accuracy.
Yeah, guess where it goes from there?
All right. Well, here's my thought. Why would I want to buy anything that has a Vizio label on it? Why would I even entertain buying something from a company that has evil intentions such as this? And you can't tell me that there's not an evil intention behind all of this. Vizio, Vizio. It's an outrage. I'll be right back.
Hunters, anglers, campers, and survivalists. Get back to nature. Expand your horizons with the highest quality, most versatile, unique slingshots and sling bows on the market at slingbow.com. Slingbow products are compact and models start from just $17.98. They're perfect for your bug-out bag or storing in your vehicle. Give yourself and your loved ones the excitement and tradition of slingbow. A new frontier in archery and truly modern twist on this primitive survival tool. Feel the thrill only at slingbow.com.
A lot of people's lives and bodies are out of balance. AlkaVision Plasma pH drops optimize pH level and get rid of harmful waste and acid. Just a few drops in water restores vibrance and energy and gets you back in balance. Now order 2 bottles and get $10 off your order. Sign up for monthly auto shipping and save 25%. Call 800-518-7615 or visit alkavision.com. Alkalize your body. Supercharge your health at alkavision.com.
Thousands of people seeking home security get ripped off every day, and the home security industry wants you to believe that's your only option. They've got hordes of salesmen out there trying to scare you into signing one of their long-term contracts. You get stuck writing huge checks month after month with no way out. It's robbery by contract, and it can cost you thousands. But there's a better way to protect your home. Simply Safe Home Security. Simply Safe has no contracts. None. You'll get award-winning 24/7 protection. Security professionals watching over your home, ready to instantly send police to the rescue for just $14.99 per month. That's less than half what most companies charge. Protect your home the smart way. Visit simplysafedefense.com today for an exclusive 10% offer and get a free keychain remote worth $25. Only when you go to simplysafedefense.com. simplysafedefense.com.
Are your Google search results killing you? Unflattering content in blogs, news articles, online reviews, social media, or other sources can jeopardize your reputation, your business, and your livelihood. Let Reputation.com help. Our patented technology will make the truth about you more visible while pushing down unwanted negative content. Improve your Google search results. Call Reputation.com at 1-800-831-0771 for a free consultation. That's 800-831-0771.
Your house is under attack. Every day, our homes and families are attacked by harmful gases, mold, and pollutants caused by everyday activities. According to the EPA, indoor air can be 5 to 100 times worse than outdoor air. And the American Lung Association states that poor indoor air can cause infections and chronic lung diseases such as asthma. Protect your family with a complete indoor air quality package from Wave Home Solutions. Wave ventilation units for basements and crawl spaces reduce moisture that nourishes mold, odors, dust mites, and expels gases and pollutants. Add the Wave 6-stage air purifier to get rid of the viruses, chemicals, and pollutants upstairs for a complete indoor air quality solution. A healthy home is the best investment you can make. Visit WaveHomeSolutions.com. That's WaveHomeSolutions.com or call 888-758-WAVE. That's 888-758-WAVE.
Wave Home Solutions for a healthy, comfortable home.
I want to be able to smoke inside, cut down on cigarettes, jog without wheezing, be kissable, and save money.
Then you want LeSig e-cigarettes. Get the highest quality, best tasting vaping experience on the market with unmatched customer service from LeSig. And right now, gobble up this deal. Buy $30 worth of any products and get a starter kit for only $5. Use code SK at checkout. But hurry, offer good only until Thanksgiving at LeSig.com. LeCig.com. Kick some ash with LeSig.
Don't take a cold or flu lying down. Stand up and fight back with Supernatural Silver. Supernatural Silver is a natural immune system booster that is highly effective against viruses, bacteria, and fungus. Supernatural Silver is perfect for daily use and can be taken orally or used topically to keep you protected from whatever comes your way. This new technology is hundreds of times more effective than colloidal or ionic silver and is supported by extensive research from over 300 clinical studies at universities and independent research facilities across the country. Supernatural Silver has an exceptionally long storage life and should be an essential part of your emergency preparedness. Don't be caught off guard. Give your body the support it needs to fight off deadly pathogens that are lurking everywhere. Stock up on Supernatural Silver and give yourself and your loved ones a fighting chance. Go to supernaturalsilver.com and use the promo code SILVER2015 for 20% off. That's supernaturalsilver.com. Supernaturalsilver.com.
Rick, we're talking about spy technology and Vizio. Vizio is doing their part to monitor our viewing habits. And so who carries these Vizio televisions? I just did a quick search. Walmart, HSN, I believe that's Home Shopping Network, Costco, Target, Best Buy, Amazon, eBay, Kmart. Those are the big ones, just to name some.
And that's where everybody is now buying Vizio and those kinds of products because they're cheaper. And the reason they're cheaper is they get a kickback on the advertising dollar and how they are slowly arranged. You know, listen, I'm getting letters from Nigeria wanting to give me $10 million. You know?
Yeah, and we are too. We are too.
Well, and there it is. That's what it is. It's a false flag. It is a wolf in sheep's clothing. And everybody has been geared and programmed for trying to buy the cheapest because all the electronics are basically made by one person. The chip comes from here, the resistor comes from there, the chassis comes from here. It is no longer about Best Buy and competition. You will find that it's just like in Samsara and the chicken production, and all your chicken come from some great big crop producing agribusiness that harvests them like grains of wheat. And the quality of the food that we're eating, everything is about cheapest now. It used to be there were two things you could do. You had either Best Buy, like Snap-on, and then you could buy drop forage with Harbor Freight. But I tell you, it's all gone now. It's all Harbor Freight now. There is no more Snap-on as a metaphor.
As a metaphor, yes. As a matter of fact, Rick, you can buy a Harbor Freight wrench set, brand new in the box, for less cost. You pay less for it than for a used set of Craftsman made in the United States wrenches, or maybe
Craftsman and Snap-on.
Half a
Those
set.
used to be the Best Buy. For a dollar spent, you got more bang for your buck. That was when American agriculture was the best buy there was, and while our imports exceeded our exports by 10 to 1, people wanted our products in other countries because they lasted longer. We made things with steel, not plastic. And that whole thing changed when Detroit, and I'm using that as a metaphor, went to using plastic and better link through chemistry. DuPont. And here we are, slogan. At the end of days.
You know, Rick, I was watching this video on geology last night, and the professor, his name is Professor John J. Renton, was saying on the video, he was talking about cars and how they used to be made of steel, and now, well, they're not so much made of steel. There's a lot of plastic in them, and that's exactly right. It's exactly right. And if someone were to remember when they had 5-mile-an-hour bumpers, the government said, you know, you will have a bumper that can sustain a 5-mile-an-hour impact without damage. Well, now you get tapped in a parallel parking spot. Someone just taps into you and they shatter these bumpers. And it's a huge problem. And a 5-mile-an-hour tap, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking like a 1-mile-an-hour tap, and you damage these bumpers on these new cars. Some of these new cars, the thing that sticks out the most is the grill. So the first thing you hit is the grill. I mean, that's insanity. Absolutely insane. It makes no sense to me why an auto manufacturer would do that. I mean, okay, maybe they think that that's style, and that's why they have the grill first, and then the bumper just, you know, behind the grill.
How come a bumper, a plastic bumper, costs $400?
You're up. Well, that's before it gets painted, right? Now, if you want it painted, yeah, it's going to cost even more. Yeah, well, I lent my old Mercedes, a 2000 Mercedes, to our son. He parallel parked it, and someone backed into it and shattered the bumper on this car. It's, I don't know, maybe by the time, if I went to Mercedes, it'd probably be close to $1,000 by the time they're done with me. But the point is, well, several points here. One is someone obviously knew that they backed into it. There's no question. Boom. Okay? They backed into it. I'm sure they checked their bumper to see, or the rear of their car to see if they did any damage to theirs. But did they leave a note saying, geez, I'm so sorry. Here's my name and number. I'll be glad to, buy you a new bumper. Here's, call me and we'll exchange insurance cards. Or none of that happened. And we're getting more careless. We're getting more me first. Rick, our son was in Springfield driving this Dodge pickup. You've seen it. It's a full-size Dodge pickup. It's jacked up from the factory because it's 3/4 ton rather than half ton. So it's 6 inches higher or so than a standard pickup from the factory. It has a diesel engine, so it's loud by the factory. We didn't modify it, to make it louder. And some guys, our son's in a slow-moving traffic, and a guy crashes into the back of him. Okay? His roommate has a new truck, and someone crashes into that while it's parked. Our son has another friend who was in a Walmart parking lot waiting to go ahead while the traffic was in front of her going down one of these aisles, and somebody backs into her. This is within a period of 30 days. These are 3 people we know have had crashes, and it was not their fault. They were just there. And then add my car to it. And my car was in a parking space. I don't think we're paying attention to what we're doing. I think maybe we're talking on the phones while we're operating a motor vehicle. It's absolutely out of control and dangerous. And because of that, Rick, I don't want to go out. I have to think, do I really want to go to a meetup and risk my life with all these people who are, driving tractor trailers?
You can tell the temperature in Phoenix by how hot it is. By the way people are behaving. The temperature is a direct response in terms of how people are driving. You can tell, it's 97.5 degrees. Look at this. Road rage.
Yeah. Road rage. All right. Hey, Rick, I got a call from one of your friends.
You're stuttering already.
I got a call from one of your friends. He said, I'm one of Rick's friends. And he said, listen, I have to know what to do. What do you think I should do? Because I was in a situation, well, this guy was in a situation where he was forced to go the wrong way down a one-way road because some guy was after him with a big pickup truck, pushing him.
Yeah, and what happened next is when he showed his weapon, the police laid down on him, not the truck. And it gets downhill from there because it's no longer about trying to do the right thing with law enforcement. It's about numbers and convictions. And we'll reduce your charges if you'll admit, da-da-da-da-da. And that is now where there is blind justice. It is wrong because the intent of serve and protect is not happening anymore. It's about budgets.
Here's what I don't understand. So I talked to this guy for about 45 minutes, and I said, you know what? I recommended that he just, if he's going to go to court, say, I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand. Let me say it a different way. I don't understand. And then delay this until he can figure out what his plan's going to be. Because he was told that he had till the next morning, just hours away from the phone call that I got from him, that he had to plead. And I said, not guilty, not guilty, not guilty. I don't understand. That's the plan I would take. And I said, I'll tell you what, let me ask Mike Parsons to call you. Mike Parsons has been in this situation many times. And so from my perspective, the plan is to delay until you can figure out, a better plan by not understanding what was going on. Because obviously, this guy didn't shoot anybody. He was run off the road, ended up in a ditch, as far as I understand it. And he was being forced into court. And the alternative is we can plea this down to just a low-level felony. This guy is the victim. And so he's now with that low level, he won't be able to travel to Canada. And the repercussions on down the line is another kind of profiling where they can get edges on you and limit your bucks. And that's where the different colors go on the mailbox. And they're doing that with your Vizio in terms of how to profile and know how you're going to respond. And then they start adding. And this good cop, bad cop thing of, if we're going to drop this charge, but we want you to plead guilty to that charge, you don't do anything. You let the judge do it. And if you're really innocent, you ask for a jury of your peers to judge Absolutely.
you.
Absolutely. And that's what Mike Parsons recommended. Mike Parsons was on the phone with this man for about 2 hours. I was on the phone with him for about 45 minutes.
Ready, Neil's ready to give up. He just wants to get away from it. That's the other part of what they do is they wear you down where you just don't want to stand up for your rights. You just let it go.
Well, he did give up. And I said to him during the first phone call that I had with him before Mike Parsons talked to him, I said, here's the plan. They want you to say, I just want this to be behind me. I want to be done with this. I just want it to be over.
Yeah, but
what's it going to take?
Will never, ever be behind. And the third thing that could happen is instead of them doing a charge, they can give him, because he had no record, a deferred sentence. That means he pleads guilty, does his time with what do they call that, parole, and then the charges are dropped.
Yeah, but that's not the case with him. What happens with him is he is facing...
Why would they do that when, if they get a conviction, and it's not a deferred sentence, which could change, they get a grant from the U.S. government? That's how the different law enforcements are functioning now. That's what DARE and all these other things about, drugs and the rest of it. It's about money.
Yeah. It absolutely is. And this young man, I guess he's probably in his 40s. I'm surmising that. I don't know for sure. But he said in an email to Mike Parsons, the judge really likes him because the judge was smiling. And Mike Parsons said, yeah, he's smiling because it was easy. It was easy to turn this young man into an ATM. And that's why the judge is smiling. The judge should have said, wow, I'll tell you what, did you shoot the guy who ran you off the road? Oh, you didn't shoot him? Well, that's very kind of you not to have shot him. Case dismissed. By now you know that USAPrepares.com is your source for water filtration systems. Here at the farm, we use our water filtration system for drinking, cooking, and for our cats and dogs. Which brand are we using? Well, that would be the ProPure system, because it filters out pathogens, microbes, chlorine, and fluoride. Multiple sources indicate that fluoride is responsible for lowering our IQs by 5%. Now, how many of you would like to sign up for a lower IQ? USAPrepares.com offers ProPure water filtration systems and accessories at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate. We buy them by the pallet loads and pass the savings on to you. And if you're outside of Missouri, there's no sales tax. And if this appeals to you, visit USAPrepares.com. That's USAPrepares.com. You can order online, and we have the ProPure water filtration systems in stock, ready to ship. USAPrepares.com. ProPure water filtration systems at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate.
KDArmor.com is your one-stop shop for the most affordable body armor, period. With packages starting at $169.99 and free shipping on every order. Why would you go anywhere else? KD offers soft armor and rifle threat rated armor up to level 4. Go to KDArmor.com and get your body armor today while you still can. Mention this ad and receive a free water purification kit for a limited time with any body armor package. Go to KDArmor.com. That's CATI armor.com. Come and take it.
So you've got to take a state construction license exam or certification. Can't decide on what books or what chapters to study? Discover right now how you can eliminate unnecessary books and wasted study time. At contractorexam.com, our study materials zero in on state-required test topics in an effective, multiple-choice format. So whether you're a plumber, electrician, general contractor, or other construction-related trade, contractorexam.com will help get you prepared. Visit us at www.contractorexam.com today.
Hi, this is Sophie Winnick, longtime distributor and user of Longevity products. In the last few years, my family went through a crisis. Everything else in my life, including my business, had to be put on the back burner. Thankfully, life is getting back to normal now. But the one thing I never had to worry about was my business and my monthly commission. I've been a distributor for Longevity for over 17 years, since before it was Longevity. And I've got to say, the most amazing thing about this company is the people. While my family was in crisis, other distributors stepped in and helped my customers, simply because that's what Longevity people do, even for people they don't know. For me, it has never been about getting rich. It was about a product I could stand behind, a company I could count on, and a monthly commission check that has never, not once, been late in 17 years. Longevity is truly a business for everyone, even people who have too much to do. I'm Sophie Winnick. I'm just like you. I have a real life, real ups and downs, but I know I will always have Longevity.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pulaski of the Pulaski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas, is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states. Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots and protect patients from strokes. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-261-0937. That's 800-261-0937.
What would your life be like if you woke up each morning with new vitality, feeling better than you have in years, and you noticed a difference in your sleeping patterns, blood sugar levels, and had a sense of well-being overall? There's something that is changing thousands of people's lives, and you could be one of them. It's called Heart and Body Extract. Sharon Harris, co-creator of Heart and Body Extract, talks about the positive effects of Heart and Body Extract.
What happens with the formula Heart and Body Extract is it's giving the body the necessary vitamins, minerals, amino acids, enzymes, and phytonutrients so the body will heal itself. And yes, the body does have the ability to balance blood pressure, balance cholesterol, clean and unclog the arteries. It can also work on balancing the circulation for diabetics. So the body is an amazing thing. It simply needs some help, so it has the tools to heal itself.
Heart and Body Extract gets results. To order your 2-month supply, call now, toll free at 866-295-5305. Order online at hbextract.com.
Hey, Berkey Guy here. Are you still drinking unfiltered tap water? Does your water contain chlorine or fluoride? Will you have drinkable water in an emergency? The Berkey Guy is here to help you remove these and other potential contaminants from your water, thus helping you drink clean, purified water. We offer Berkey water purification systems at the lowest available prices online. Don't go another moment without a Berkey system. Over the last 10 years, we've helped thousands drink clean, purified water. Join them by visiting goberkey.com or call me, the Berkey Guy, at 877-886-3653. That's 877-886-3653.
Website, docram.com, DOCRAM.com. Preparedness.com. George in New Hampshire, welcome.
Hi, Dr. Miller. I just wanted to say something on the topic you were discussing. I was in a law enforcement capacity in a New England state, not this state I'm in now. And what happened was that I was on the periphery where I would have to sometimes go into the courts, get some records, or sit in on certain hearings. And what I saw was that they would take an individual, irregardless, in other words, you're innocent until proven guilty. And they would lock the person up. The person would lose their job because, of course, they're not going back and they're not earning. Their earnings are going out the window. They'd lose their apartments because nobody was there to pay the rent. Now, of course, they're innocent until proven guilty. Now, they're brought into an environment where they're in no hurry to prosecute this because they assign a public defender, and he knows which side that his bread is buttered on because he's being fed by the court system, and he's reliant upon that system. And they go through the motions almost like a little clubhouse where every hour that goes by, cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. And I'll just say that when you're in that kind of an environment and you are isolated, you can't even make a phone call without permission. You're dealing with a public defender who I heard, and the other name for them was public pretenders, where they're juggling so many cases. And a lot of times they're like the contractors who bite off more bids than they can really chew. And of course, in the end, they'll come back and forth and tell the person, oh, well, the court is offering this. And then they were serving time without being sentenced. And we wonder why we have more people imprisoned in this country than I believe the entire world combined.
I wanted to thank you. You're one of the good ones that see it, and I appreciate your service. Really, in our county, Josephine County, Jackson County, our prison has a special ward for tuberculosis. And if they don't like you, you get exposed to tuberculosis. I have a friend that's in prison, and she's got tuberculosis because they did that to her. I can't believe it. There's people out there that are trying to do the right thing in law enforcement, but it is now an overwhelming. Matt Stein, my partner, did a talk about how law enforcement is mostly coming in from Iraq. These kids, they pick them up. They're already on drugs, steroids, and whatever from weightlifting. And so they're just as creepy as the people they're going after. And I don't have an answer on this, but people like you that have had the background experience and insights need to start having accountability to those that are currently doing their job right, indirectly, or wrong. And the laws in the court systems, even the county, the public defender is real good friends with the defense, with the prosecutor, and they'll say, I'll give you 3 of these for one of those. It's a numbers game.
George and Rick, let me share something with you. One of our instructors at USA Prepares, our broadcast classroom, his name is Jeffrey Mark Deskovic, Deskovic. And Jeffrey Deskovic was wrongfully convicted of rape and beating and strangling of a young lady by the name of Angela Correa, a 15-year-old high school classmate of his in Peekskill High School, New York. He was wrongfully convicted of rape and murder. And what happened to him was exactly what you said, George. He was put in a room, he was denied everything, and he was yelled at and screamed at until he confessed under duress, under threats, where he admitted rape and murder because he didn't know what to do. He was a child when they did this to him. And he spent about 15 or 16 years in maximum security prison. And he just won a wrongful conviction because the DNA evidence proved he was not guilty. They found the person who was guilty, and he just won a $46 million award. We'll be right back. George, would you like to hang on? How many of you want to learn how to dig up bugs, worms, and raise crickets for food? Do you prefer to eat them dried and crunchy or while still alive? Well, you won't have to if you can defend your food supply from predators. You may want to get an AR-15 kit from guns80.com and build your own AR-15 rifle from a kit. If you can legally own a rifle, you can purchase this AR-15 kit. If you're handy, you can complete the rifle in about an hour. The kit comes with all the parts you're going to need to build your rifle, but you'll need a drill press. And survivalists need one anyway. The Guns80.com team purchased the same used floor-standing drill press that I have for $100. You can too. And when you're finished, you'll have a paperwork-free AR-15 rifle, a drill press, drill bits, and the knowledge to maintain your AR-15 rifle, all for less than you expect. So if you want a paperwork-free AR-15 parts kit like mine, visit Guns80.com, Guns80.com, and let the unprepared have our share of the bugs.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-855-905-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99, and there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows, pause and rewind live TV, even skip the commercials. Watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut costs and get more. 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV.
There are hundreds of silver products on the market today, but there's nothing like the astonishing health benefits of the multi-patented One Silver Solution. Boost your immune system at a great price with our Silver Solution Liquid, starting at $12.95 a bottle. Now available in regular and extra strength. That's half the price of the leading competitors. Call 844-USILVER for your free catalog, or go to OneSilverSolution.com. OneSilverSolution.com. There is only one Silver Solution.
We use mobile devices right against our bodies every day, but growing scientific evidence has emerged showing serious health risks associated with exposure to EMF radiation emitted from these devices. The solution is Defender Shield, the most effective mobile radiation shielding ever developed. Defender Shield blocks virtually 100% of EMF radiation from cell phones, tablets, and laptops, and starts at just $64.99. Buy now at DefenderShield.com. For 10% off, use promo code GCN. DefenderShield.com, the worldwide leader in mobile radiation shielding.
Everyone all set, cocked, locked? Here we go. Hour number 2 of USAPrepares.com. If you hear me chuckling, there's a reason why. And by the way, Dr. Richard Allen Miller's with us, and George in New Hampshire. Just a short detour for just a couple seconds. So I bought these fence posts, and they're pushing. You step in them, step them into the ground with your foot. Okay. And they have these pigtails on the end that are insulated, and you run your electric fence through them. And I used to buy these Gallagher brand, and they were good. They're really good. Well, they stopped the MFA, the Missouri Farm Association, as kind of like a cooperative all over Missouri. They stopped selling the Gallagher brand, which were top quality, and they started selling this brand called Herdsman brand. They look almost identical, except the Herdsmen are made out of cheap steel. They bend, they rust. They're just poor quality. Well, I've been trying to get the attention of MFA to so they could see. I even brought them in and said, look at the difference between these. The ones with the yellow pigtails are lousy. That's the Herdsman brand. You go to the website. You can't find a phone number to call them and tell them what's going on. So I just talked to a manager, a high level, in the highest guy in this market. And I said, here's what's going on. He said, you're right. We're not going to carry them anymore. We're done. We're not carrying Herdsman brand anymore. And I said, I'm going to report that on the air, that you're not going to carry Herdsman brand because they're just poor quality. So, ladies and gentlemen, class, here is a small success. We are only going to support companies who work with us, who make good products, and crappy products we're not going to tolerate. So here's what you do. You can do exactly what I did. You can call up and say, I've got a problem. Here's what it is. I'd like to show it to you. Here's why And what I said to the manager, I said, look, do you want my business? I've been buying things from you for 10 years now. 10 years as a loyal customer. But, if you want my business, you're going to have to start selling good products. If you're going to sell junky products, you don't want my business, and I'm going to go away. Do you want my business? Yes or no? He said, yes, we do. And he's going to dump this product, Herdsman brand fence posts, because he'd rather have my business than their crappy products. So small success. And I want to thank the manager. His name is Brian at MFA in Missouri. So Rick, isn't that neat?
I think it's cool.
And we can do the same thing with Vizio. Okay, so we can start on boycotting the stores that sell Vizio and let them know that, oh, listen, we would have been shopping here, except you guys sell Vizio. They're spying on us. We take offense to that. You're part of this spying network. You are selling spying technology. We don't approve of it. So not only are we not going to buy the Vizio from you, we're not going to buy anything from you. And, when I have coffee with my friends, tonight and over the weekend, and we're going to tell them too. So we're going to boycott Vizio, and unfortunately we're going to have to boycott your store as well. George in New Hampshire, your thoughts?
Well, you asked me once before when I was on here with you and Dr. Miller about how a lot of things are disappearing. You could be in the middle of the job and tools will seem to disappear, things like that. And I thought about what you asked me. I didn't really, we were able to give you much of an answer then, but it just seems as if we're being sabotaged on so many different levels. We have a country that really wants to surpass us. So why would they China provide us with decent quality, safe, made with integrity, made out of lasting, durable materials? No, they would give us things that would frustrate us, endanger us. And you even said you had a family pet that died because certain corrupt, or maybe purposely so, wanted to inundate our market with poisons that would just, further degrade, and endanger our families. Even our animals wouldn't be safe from it. And I see this, our fathers, you couldn't pay them to do a bad job. They, not all of them, but the vast majority of them, it wasn't the money. It was the integrity, saying, look I'm doing this job. I'm going to do it right. This is the way I was taught to do it. This is the way I'd want it done for myself. And yet, again, we're being put, almost subjugated to an entity that actually wants to put us out of business, trample us down, and let us basically become like the dust of history.
You're talking about even the building trades, where guys who do framing, put up 2x4s, 2x6s for walls, they're even taking shortcuts, and they're not putting them on the standard of every 16 inches, and they'll leave one out, and they'll say, well, it's close enough, it's 18 inches, and we'll just cover that up with sheetrock, and no one will know for now. No one will know for now. And then, maybe a couple of years later, as the cracks get worse and worse and worse, somebody will say, wait a minute, we've got to fix this. Wait a minute, there's nothing to nail it to. There should be a 2x4 here or a 2x6, and it's not here. What the heck happened? And it's too late to go after anybody at that point. Mm-hmm. So you're absolutely right. And it's everywhere. And young people today seem to think that an electronic product that's 2 years old, well, that's old. Wow. Yeah, of course it's worn out. It's 2 years old. And I remember saying to the store manager at Sears, where I don't shop anymore. I don't go to Sears anymore, because satisfaction guaranteed or your money back is not something that they mean nor stand behind anymore. So they've taught me to stay away from Sears, and I do. I don't shop at Sears. Well,
here's the deal. You remember when Matt and I said the first thing you need to do in terms of taking your first step off the couch was to secure your water for 3 days. Your second step now is this week, I'd like everybody to try and buy as much of your grocery fresh food from local sources, and then go get the rest of what you need that you couldn't get from local sources. Your assignment this week is to buy everything fresh from local sources. That means you're going to go to the Saturday market, and you're going to go to Food for Less for the one that carries the local growers. And if you start there as a second step, this is how it will make it happen.
Rick, I agree with that, and I'd just like to add one more little twist to it. That when you do go into that supermarket after you've bought your local food, talk to the store manager. Say, I just like to talk to the store manager and say, oh, by the way, you guys have taught me well. I want to thank you so much for letting me know about where your food comes from, so I've been buying it someplace else. So when you guys change and have good local food, let us know, and we'll be back to spend our money here. But until that point, I'm only going to get these few things from you because I can't get them anyplace else.
Used to have pictures of the farms and the individuals that were harvesting the product on each product. That's all changed because Whole Foods is no longer whole.
Yeah. George, your thoughts?
Well, I think it all ties together, gentlemen, from the standpoint of the corruption that we see in our justice system, the corruption we see in our supply and distribution and the stores with what they're providing, and the corruption in the people. May I just say one thing? While I was waiting over the break, both of you gentlemen are familiar with the mutiny on the Bounty. I believe it was the 1964 version with Marlon Brando and Trevor Howard played Captain Bligh. Yeah. All right. Now, the reason I'm saying this, it came to me that there's certain things that from that time they'd try to teach people things. They showed the battle between good and evil. And if you go on to YouTube, they have William Bligh trial, B-L-I-G-H. And there's a very interesting thing at the very end when they basically tell him, yes, as a captain, your nautical skills are superb. But they say this to him, and I'll just leave it with this, if you don't mind. I appreciate your patience. It says, we cannot put justice aboard our ships in books. Justice and decency are carried in the heart of the captain, or they be not aboard. Now, we're all captains of our ships, gentlemen. Vincent, you're the captain of your ship. Dr. Miller, you're the captain of your ship. I'm a captain of my ship. And we have a first mate, too, if we're fortunate that God gave us a lovely wife or something to be our helpmates. And then we have our children and so on, and our members of the community. What I'm saying is that it's in the heart of men that this war is being fought. And the word realm, real with an M at the end of it, meant that our realm is threatened. Our reality is threatened, and everything's being turned upside down. And I'm just saying, if it's not justice and decency and not in our hearts, and we're not under the tutelage of the Almighty, what did Mr. Paine say, that Revolutionary War philosopher? He says, if men do not find God, then they're going to be doomed to be ruled by tyrants. And there's many different kinds of tyrannies, and the beasts of the earth that the Bible referred to in the last days. I believe these beasts, we just have to plug in GMOs, the corruption, the lack of morals, right down the line. And that's all I wanted to say, gentlemen. I respect both of you. I respect what you're doing. You're putting yourselves out there. Vincent, I believe you and Dr. Miller, and I'll even say myself, we were made for these times because each one of us are in different vantage points, and we're watching different towers on the walls of our society. And if somebody's not doing the job on one of the walls, you know and I know, they don't have our back. And if we don't have our back, let's just say the enemy's going to have a very, very distinct advantage over us.
Yeah, George, thank you. That was exceptional. And bravo.
It truly was.
Yeah, well, George, I consider the same with you. It takes one to know one, right? It takes two to know one. All right. Hey, take care, guys. Pleasure as always. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Thank you, George. Going into a break with Doc Ram, DocRam.com, Dr. Richard Allen Miller. And Rick, when we come back, we want to talk about the lights over the skies near Los Angeles. Yeah, let's talk about that. Dr. Richard Allen Miller and I will be right back. By now you know that USAPrepares.com is your source for water filtration systems. Here at the farm, we use our water filtration system for drinking, cooking, and for our cats and dogs. Which brand are we using? Well, that would be the ProPure system, because it filters out pathogens, microbes, chlorine, and fluoride. Multiple sources indicate that fluoride is responsible for lowering our IQs by 5%. Now, how many of you would like to sign up for a lower IQ? USAPrepares.com offers ProPure water filtration systems and accessories at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate. We buy them by the pallet loads and pass the savings on to you. And if you're outside of Missouri, there's no sales tax. And if this appeals to you, visit USAPrepares.com. That's USAPrepares.com. You can order online, and we have the ProPure water filtration systems in stock, ready to ship. USAPrepares.com. ProPure water filtration systems at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate.
My name is Bill Bonner, and I have an important message. Right now, the highest levels of government are struggling against an inevitable crisis, but they're about to lose control. When this happens, it will rip our country apart in ways you never imagined. From where we shop to the family you want to protect. Look, I've made predictions like this before. A few years ago, I warned that the housing prices would collapse. Before that, I warned that .com companies would crash, and they did. Those who listened had a chance to save themselves. But this has nothing to do with the stock market. This will affect us all. I've posted a free video at $downfall.com. Maybe you'll disagree with my conclusions, but first you need to watch this video and see the facts for yourself. You can watch the video for free right now by going to $downfall.com. Again, that's $downfall.com.
Hey, Berkey Guy here. Are you still drinking unfiltered tap water? Does your water contain chlorine or fluoride? Will you have drinkable water in an emergency? The Berkey Guy is here to help you remove these and other potential contaminants from your water, thus helping you drink clean, purified water. We offer Berkey water purification systems at the lowest available prices online. Don't go another moment without Berkey system. Over the last 10 years, we've helped thousands drink clean, purified water. Join them by visiting goberkey.com or call me, the Berkey Guy, at 877-886-3653. That's 877-886-3653.
Ted Anderson telling you about Jordan Rubin's Beyond Organic Green-Fed Raw Cheddar Artesian Cheese featuring whole milk created through ancient dairy breeding, unpasteurized, untreated whole milk on the same farm the cows graze, containing natural sources of omega-3s, CLA protein, calcium, probiotics, and enzymes. I have never tasted cheese this good, and you need to try it. Contact your Longevity distributor or call 877-878-4203 or go to gcnteam.com.
You haven't experienced yogurt until you've tried a Mossy, embodying health and flavor in a true whole milk, green-fed dairy beverage. Every sip pays homage to our old world cows and the ancient culturing methods their milk benefits from. With over 30 probiotics, a Mossy's undeniably nutritious, refined, cultured sensation bolsters your health and awakens your passion for dairy. A Mossy's so good, and you need to try it. Contact your Longevity distributor or call 877-878-4203 or go to gcnteam.com.
Attention USA Prepares listeners. When you're on the road or have limited data or Wi-Fi, now you can listen to USA Prepares Unfiltered and Untapped at no extra charge on this non-federal phone number, 1-605-477-3249. Try it now to listen to USA Prepares 24/7 at no extra cost or data charges. These are not on federal lines. These are lines located on Indian reservations off the grid. Call 1-605-477-3249. No smartphones or internet needed. To hear USA Prepares Untapped and off the grid, just call 1-605-477-3249.
Dr. Richard Allen Miller's with us. Rick, I'm just reading an article. You and I have not discussed this at all, but current post, it's in the Daily Mail. More than 100 women sue company for mispackaging birth control pills, which resulted in unwanted pregnancies, with some saying that they want damages totaling the cost of raising a child. Now, so a lawsuit has been launched against Qualitest Pharmaceuticals. At least 113 women said the firm mispackaged the birth control pills. What they did was they got them out of sequence, allegedly, according to this article. And so now there are some unwanted pregnancies. Well, here's the point. We need to make sure that we don't trust other organizations. I mean, how can you? We can't trust Vizio. We need to not buy Vizio products. At least I won't buy Vizio products, and I'm going to try my best not to shop at stores that sell Vizio products. And it might be difficult with the numbers, but that sell them. But are we gonna trust a company to manage our birth control? Wow. Are we going to trust a company to manage, or companies to manage the health of our food? Are we going to trust the corporate governments to make sure that we're safe from poisons and toxins? That's not working so well either. So it's just one more piece of anecdotal evidence that we need to make sure that we are in control of our own destinies and read and learn everything we can about everything we can. What do you think, Rick?
Does that mean I can't trust Gerber?
Well, heck, wait a minute. Gerber, weren't they involved years ago in selling products that weren't as labeled? Wasn't there something going on with apple juice in Gerber? Weren't they?
Yes.
Well, I'm going to look it up. Weren't they?
So it's in every level. And so when you buy local, you can look at it, you can watch how the guy did it. It didn't come from Mexico or some country I can't even pronounce. And that's where most of our food comes from now. Other countries, not other parts of the country, other countries.
Okay, two former executives, let me just, it's refreshing the screen, 1 second. Okay, two former executives of Beechnut guilty in phony juice case. A former chief executive of the Beechnut Nutrition, let me read that a different way, Beechnut Nutrition Corporation, and another former executive were found guilty of violating federal laws by intentionally distributing phony apple juice intended for babies. Okay. And then it says, and this was February 1988. Okay, so then where is, I'm looking for Gerber. Let's see. I'll have to read through this and find the part that relates to Gerber. But somehow Gerber is involved in this.
Of course they are.
Way.
You know, just like Common Core is, and how the school systems are rewarded if they abide by taking gifted children and medicating them.
Yeah. Now, the Beechnut Group has been charged with marketing a product as pure apple juice, which was actually made from beet sugar, cane sugar syrup, corn syrup, and other ingredients, with little, if any, apple juice. Now, I think
an apple seed in it,
or near it, or or maybe on the same shelf.
Yeah, really.
You know,
that's it, on the same shelf.
Yeah. So I would like to see the CEOs and the board of directors all receive prison time if convicted of these crimes. Okay. And then what would happen is these CEOs would get off their jets, get out from the golf courses, start walking around the production facilities, and they'd start asking questions. And they'd say, look, guys, I don't think you understand. My neck's on the line. As a matter of fact, and if this thing continues any farther, there'll be ropes that are fitted just for me if you guys mess up with the formulation. So what's on the label will be what's in the container. That's what we're going to do from now on. And I guess, maybe the boycott is a good way to start. So do you trust Beechnut? I don't think so. And this was years ago. So I still wouldn't buy Beechnut. We'll be right back.
Oh,
$10,000 or more to the IRS?
Get on board with the Tax Admiral. Don't pick on the IRS alone. I'll cut penalties and reduce your overall tax bill. Sometimes I can even get it zeroed out completely.
We're an A-rated company helping people clean up their mess with the IRS.
If you owe $10,000 or more, then call the Tax Admiral.
Call 800-287-7180. Again, that's 800-287-7180. 800-287-7180.
By now you know that wireless technology like cell phones do in fact pose dangers to the health and privacy of everyone. Blockit Pocket's wide range of products are unmatched in providing the protection you deserve. No scare tactics, just common sense. BlockitPocket.com offers quality American-made options to alleviate and eliminate these invisible dangers. Learn more at BlockitPocket.com or call 888-315-9618. BlockitPocket.com, enhancing health and privacy. Don't take a cold or flu lying down. Stand up and fight back with Supernatural Silver. Supernatural Silver is a natural immune system booster that is highly effective against viruses, bacteria, and fungus. Supernatural Silver is perfect for daily use and can be taken orally or used topically to keep you protected from whatever comes your way. This new technology is hundreds of times more effective than colloidal or ionic silver and is supported by extensive research from over 300 clinical studies at universities and independent research facilities across the country. Supernatural Silver has an exceptionally long storage life and should be an essential part of your emergency preparedness. Don't be caught off guard. Give your body the support it needs to fight off deadly pathogens that are lurking everywhere. Stock up on Supernatural Silver and give yourself and your loved ones a fighting chance. Go to supernaturalsilver.com and use the promo code SILVER2015 for 20% off. That's supernaturalsilver.com. Supernaturalsilver.com.
My name is Dell, and I live in El Cajon, California. I was concerned about my cholesterol readings because I knew that high cholesterol is related to clogging of the arteries and increases the risk for heart attack and stroke. One day, I heard an ad for Heart and Body Extract, and I was skeptical, but I decided to give it a try. Man, the numbers don't lie.
Learn the secrets of an effective, natural, 100% organic nutritional supplement for a healthy heart and circulation at hbextract.com.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-855-905-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99, and there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows, pause and rewind live TV, even skip the commercials. Watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut costs and get more. 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV.
I want to be able to smoke inside, cut down on cigarettes, jog without wheezing, be kissable, and save money.
Then you want Le Sig e-cigarettes. Get the highest quality, best tasting vaping experience on the market with unmatched customer service from Le Sig. And right now, gobble up this deal. Buy $30 worth of any products and get a starter kit for only $5. Use code SK at checkout. But hurry, offer good only until Thanksgiving at LeSig.com. LECIG.com. Kick some ash with Le Sig.
Are you still looking for that one iodine that you can really trust? A medical doctor endorsed product that is backed by honest research and true integrative science? Then search no further. Go to NutriMedical.com for Dr. Bill Deagle's Nutriodine, proven time and time again to be the very best iodine available for you. Nutriodine is the only Tesla-activated monatomic plasma iodine in the world. It optimizes mitochondrial function and generation of new mitochondria, from totally neutralizing the venom from a desert recluse spider bite in Southern California to eliminating malaria parasites reported by medical missionaries in Central India. Dr. Bill's Nutriodine is simply the most powerful healing formula there is. Nutriodine clears the body of all known pathogens, restores it to an alkaline state, and even promotes stem cell regeneration. Order Dr. Bill's Nutriodine today at 888-212-8871 or visit us online at NutriMedical.com.
with us, docram.com. So if you'd like to peruse the website and find out what he's up to, docram.com. If you'd like to buy his books, you can also go to his other website, richardallanmiller.com, Richard, A-L-A-N, Miller.com. Rick, you mentioned Gerber, and here's a post, July 15th, 2015, from law360.com. Law360.com, New York. Nestle USA Inc. was hit with a punitive class action Tuesday in California State Court, alleging it falsely advertised that a slate of its Gerber baby food products contained significant amounts of fruit and vegetables, but had only trace amounts or none of these ingredients. Well, I'll try to post that full article on the website. So they've been hit with a class action.
I wanted to just make a quick announcement that tomorrow a space debris will be poised for a fiery reentry, and most everybody will see it. I'm hoping most people won't feel it.
Yeah, let's talk about that. You're talking about the Indian Ocean tomorrow?
Yes, I am. I suggested that early. They thought it was going to be an asteroid. Then NASA finally came out and said that it was a booster rocket from an old Soyuz, Sputnik. And it is coming in hot. It is changing its mass density. That's how we knew it was artificial, not it's space debris. How big it is, the studies I'm seeing out of JPL suggested something bigger than a Soyuz booster rocket. So what do you think's going on? You think NASA's telling us the truth? You know, even in the movie, The Martian, they show how NASA will not give the truth for fear of interfering with someone's mission. And when the crew determined what NASA had lied, they just completely disregarded their orders. And it was a mutiny, just like that guy from New England said. A mutiny on the bounty. I think it's time we start buying from our local people. I think that if you need something built, you have it done locally, and while you pay a little more for it, it is money well spent, because it's not about money ultimately. It's about the money that stays in the community rather than going to China.
You know what's really interesting, Rick? I see the phone lit up here in the studio, and Orscheln. Well, I'll tell you what's going on, Rick. Orscheln, you know, we kind of had to take him out to the woodshed because they were a little rough on us. You know, what happened was Freeze Dry Guy and I went to buy some protein lick tubs, and they were these young part-time employees were really rough on my truck. I mean, they were really rough on it, and I had to take them out to the woodshed right in front of their manager. And I said to this one young guy who just pushed this 200-pound lick tub and slammed it into my toolbox, my aluminum toolbox on the back of the pickup truck, right near the rear glass, and like boom, and he did it twice. And I said, "Do you own anything?" He looked at me and I said, "Do you own anything?" And he said, "Yeah." And I said, "Do you take care of your things?" He said, "Yeah." And I said, "Well, take care of my truck." I was so angry.
Like pretend it's yours and treat it the same.
Well, yeah, that's exactly right. So I called corporate headquarters and I talked to the CEO, and I explained to him, had I had pink slips, I would have fired everyone there. Every single person, like the 5 or 6 people that were there, including the store manager who was there and didn't say, "Hey, Junior, what are you doing? We don't treat customers' property like this. What, have you lost your mind? I'm sorry, sir, for, what Junior did to your truck. If there's any damage, we'll be glad to pay for its repair." That didn't happen. So I told the CEO that he needed to go and do what General Electric does in their management style, which is MBWA, management by walking around. He needs to go to these stores and see what's happening, and so he can see firsthand why their market share is shrinking. Okay. I mean, if you're rough on your customers, they're not going to come back. And I said on the air, I wouldn't come back. Well, I might, because I talked to the CEO. And so if this call that just came into the farmhouse is from Orslin, the store manager, saying, hey, listen, I used to have a job here, but after your call to the CEO, I got fired. And last thing that they said for me to do is to call you and apologize. Then I might go back. But I'll tell you what, it's everywhere. Everywhere. Customer service, attention to detail is lacking. The customers seem to be a nuisance to the stores, the employees, including the management. And we're the reason they're there. So we need to start complaining and telling them that, not just complain, but say, not only I just want to let you know what you're doing wrong, but I want you to know that I'm not shopping here anymore. And I'm afraid I'm going to have to tell all my friends. Tim in Kansas, welcome.
Hello there. Yes, I had a question for Dr. Miller about underground shelters. What is his opinion on them, and if he actually owns one or is going to invest in one?
Hold on. Rick, hold on 1 second.
I'm in bunker heaven, but I don't have my own bunker. I am basically an asset without disclosure. They've just put a 2-acre bunker in right next door to me. It is not military, and I have no clue why my rent is so cheap.
Are you referring to the rent in the bunker?
No, I'm renting a home just like the poor white trash I am. And I don't have any money. You got any money? I don't have any money.
No, not me either.
I know what I would do if I did, but I don't. So what I'm doing is advising other people with the hope of getting a seat on a lifeboat because of my being an asset. Right now, there's bunkers all around me. I don't have any kind of a get-out-of-jail card where I know I can go into the bunker, but I'm in the center of it with rent that should be double what I'm paying. How does that work? So,
Tim,
end of days.
Tim,
and you wanted to know about bunkers. What I see is about to happen, most of which you can't prepare for, because you just don't know. Right now, there's the poles are shifting in the North Pole. The North Pole is no longer the North Pole. The Inuit said so last year. Now the scientific community is coming out and said, yeah, it's moved, and it is moving. However,
I was asking about
this thing coming in tomorrow, and who knows how that's going to change, how big it is going to change the axis and or land masses around shorelines.
Well, all I'm asking is what your opinion of the suitability, might say, of the bunker itself. You know what I'm saying? And you partially answered the question. I'm getting to the point of...
It's true, and there is something happening without it. I don't know what it is, and so I'm not qualified other than friends at JPL. That would suggest that there's no place to hide, that your smartest move is to be nearest your basic infrastructure of family, friends, and resources. Whether that's, down in South America, which is where a lot of wealthy money is moving now because they think that North America is done. Vincent is in the middle of Missouri, that some maps show it underwater. I don't know.
Well, I knew a man many years ago named Dr. Saunders, and he did investigations of the government's underground facilities, secret underground facilities.
Yes, Colorado Springs has essentially moved here to Grants Pass. The comm systems, or NORAD, is now out in the Applegate. Yes, they're moving around because it's cheaper to start new than to refurbish. And that's basically what's happened with Colorado Springs and those bunkers, but they're everywhere. In fact, you can start up in Maine and go all the way down to Florida without even coming above ground. The subway systems and interconnectivity is unbelievable. And in the Midwest, I don't think you can travel quite those distances, but they're there. I've been to Wichita. I have been to Missouri. I've seen them. Now, Denver Airport, Medford Airport, Dallas Fort Worth Airport, all have massive underground facilities that are concrete, rainforest, blah, 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 and it still might not be.
Well, apparently, if they do have those, that means someone else has a different opinion from you, Dr. Miller, obviously, because they're spending so much money and betting on that.
I know that I don't know, so maybe they know something I don't.
Yes, that's what I'm getting at here is, to the discussion here is, maybe it be time to do a proper investigation. And since you're an expert on a lot of things, maybe it would be a good idea to do something like that. It doesn't cost you anything. I'm not asking you to purchase anything as for an underground bunker. Surely they would give, the private business sector would surely give you a tour, basically, is what I'm saying.
Everybody I know that lives in the Midwest has a storm shelter. You know, what they call underground shelter from the wind, tornado, especially if you're in a tornado alley, like Oklahoma and Texas.
Yes. So that's what I'm saying is...
That's already in place. But when you talk about the day after tomorrow, where the frost lines are going to start at 10 feet. Start at 10 feet. Now, how deep do you need to go? And so before your ass is covered with cold, and when I say cold, I mean minus 100, because that will be what the superstorm. We're already seeing many superstorms hitting the West Coast. We're storming 1,000 years. You have the East Coast being hammered with water and flooding, and about 100-year, 200-year, 500-year, 1,000-year. What does this suggest? We are in a reboot. The pole has shifted. The currents have stopped. And now the planet is going to have to go through a reboot in weather, ocean currents, and the desalinization with the methane hydrates that are coming off the ocean floor right now. We have got a day after tomorrow scenario happening right in front of us, and nobody's drawing the dots on it, and I can see it.
Hold that thought, Rick. Hold that thought. How many of you want to learn how to dig up bugs, worms, and raise crickets for food? Do you prefer to eat them dried and crunchy or while still alive? Well, you won't have to if you can defend your food supply from predators. You may want to get an AR-15 kit from guns80.com and build your own AR-15 rifle from a kit. If you can legally own a rifle, you can purchase this AR-15 kit. If you're handy, you can complete the rifle in about an hour. The kit comes with all the parts you're going to need to build your rifle, but you'll need a drill press. And survivalists need one anyway. The Guns80.com team purchased the same used floor-standing drill press that I have for $100. You can too. And when you're finished, you'll have a paperwork-free AR-15 rifle, a drill press, drill bits, and the knowledge to maintain your AR-15 rifle, all for less than you expect. So if you want a paperwork-free AR-15 parts kit like mine, visit Guns80.com, Guns80.com, and let the unprepared have our share of the bugs.
So you've got to take a state construction license exam or certification. Can't decide on what books or what chapters to study? Discover right now how you can eliminate unnecessary books and wasted study time. At contractorexam.com, our study materials zero in on state-required test topics in an effective, multiple-choice format. So whether you're a plumber, electrician, general contractor, or other construction-related trade, contractorexam.com will help get you prepared. Visit us at www.contractorexam.com today.
KDArmor.com is your one-stop shop for the most affordable body armor period, with packages starting at $169.99 and free shipping on every order. Why would you go anywhere else? KD offers soft armor and rifle threat rated armor up to level 4. Go to KDArmor.com and get your body armor today while you still can. Mention this ad and receive a free water purification kit for a limited time with any body armor package. Go to KDArmor.com. That's CATI armor.com. Come and take it.
Do you have difficulty taking supplements? Are you searching for a high-quality, complete nutritional drink that your whole family will love? NutriMedical's Life Support has arrived. All of your daily nutritional requirements in one quick, delicious drink. Dr. Bill Deagle's Life Support is a proprietary blend of vegan protein, activated vitamins, essential minerals, amino acids, probiotics, green tea, digestive enzymes, anti-inflammatories, cancer prevention, detoxification, and much more. Your body will high-five you for this one. Life Support is the best complete nutrition nutritious meal replacement on the market. Whether you are an elite athlete, have post-operative challenges, chronic illness, elderly, or a family that just wants a quick, delicious drink, try Dr. Bill Deagle's Life Support for optimized nutrition in one great tasting smoothie. Just add cold water, almond milk, fruit, or anything else you like. NutriMedical's Life Support. Try our great tasting chocolate or vanilla today. Call 888-212-8871 or visit us online at NutriMedical.com. NutriMedical.com for the whole family.
Are your Google search results killing you? Unflattering content in blogs, news articles, online reviews, social media, or other sources can jeopardize your reputation, your business, and your livelihood. Let Reputation.com help. Our patented technology will make the truth about you more visible while pushing down unwanted negative content. Improve your Google search results. Call Reputation.com at 1-800-831-0771 for a free consultation. That's 800-831-0771.
Your house is under attack. Every day, our homes and families are attacked by harmful gases, mold, and pollutants caused by everyday activities. According to the EPA, indoor air can be 5 to 100 times worse than outdoor air. And the American Lung Association states that poor indoor air can cause infections and chronic lung diseases such as asthma. Protect your family with a complete indoor air quality package from Wave Home Solutions. Wave ventilation units for basements and crawl spaces reduce moisture that nourishes mold, odors, dust mites, and expels gases and pollutants. Add the Wave 6-stage air purifier to get rid of the viruses, chemicals, and pollutants upstairs for a complete indoor air quality solution. A healthy home is the best investment you can make. Visit WaveHomeSolutions.com. That's WaveHomeSolutions.com or call 888-758-WAVE. That's 888-758-WAVE.
Wave Home Solutions for a healthy, comfortable home.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pulaski of the Pulaski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states. Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots and protect patients from strokes. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-261-0937. That's 800-261-0937.
Dr. Richard Allen Miller is with us. DocRam.com. Tim in Kansas is with us. Tim, I've got a couple short questions for you.
Sure.
You seem to be concerned about bunkers or underground facilities. And you asked Rick Miller if he has one. Do you have one?
No, sir, I do not. But I've been looking into it, though.
Okay. Next question. What is your background? What do you do, or what have you done?
I've been a cook, basically, in a restaurant.
Okay. All right. Very good. Now, the reason I'm asking this is you seem to be very concerned about being underground. And, there are people who have concerns about me being in the Midwest that I might be underground. Well, underwater. Where our farm is, we're on top of a small mountain. Okay. So we're one of the highest areas. So water's going to run downhill from where I am. So I took all that into consideration. And then, of course, there's the New Madrid fault. And then, some people are concerned about those in California and the West Coast because California may fall into the Pacific. So, and then there'd be a wave, a tidal wave that would probably come back and batter the new shoreline. There's a lot of concerns about pretty much everywhere. And then there's radioactivity, electromagnetic radiation, toxins, poisons.
It's still the location from Phil Ruffian, who made that statement up. And it's still that way with the underground bunkers. You have to put into all the factors, just like Dr. Miller was going through. I don't disagree with his concerns. It's just that there has been quite a bit of investigation, obviously, because people have put money into these underground bunkers. I'm not going to mention the company's name or the outfit's name, but there's one I know of that has bought from the former military bases their underground missile bases, and he apparently converted over, and those underground bunkers have been around for over 50 years. And
okay, so let's talk about that for just a second, and let's get Rick's comments as well. Okay, so who doesn't know where they are? All of our enemies that are significant know where those are. So if they're a target, they're a known target. That's one thing. How many ways in and out of these silos are there? One, maybe two, but they're not too far from the silo. That's so I think there's a false mentality about how safe they are. And what happens if some survivors camp outside these missile silos and they just wait it out? How long are these guys going to be in there? So my concern is, why would I want to have one of those? I don't want to be part of a consortium to buy into one of those. No, I want to do it on my own. Now, there are underground shelters all over where I live here in Missouri, and we have one. Ours was built in 1939. It says right on it, 1939. It looks like a large coffin, probably 8 feet wide, 12 feet long. It's not next to our house. It's on our farm, but down the road. Right now,
I think the sociology of it, you're getting to the sociology of it, is that if people gather together, there's safety in numbers, and it's not a crowd mentality, like you're following the cattle. In other words, to the slaughter. It's concerned individuals, out of a group of 200 people living underground, and they provide their own security, medical care, food, and that sort of thing, and energy, heat, or whatever. And some of these bunkers, they're very elaborately done. There's one over in Germany that was just in the newspapers for the billionaires and multimillionaires who have invested huge, good size amount of money to maintain it.
With bowling alleys and swimming pools underground.
Yes. Yeah. And it has a lot of stuff there. In other words, like helicopter landing pads and stuff.
Well, Tim, let me just leave you with this thought. So these guys are not living in there now, right? And these guys don't even know each other very well, right? So, or these bunkers in the missile silos in the Midwest. Okay, so something bad happens and they all show up and they go, "Hey, we're here." Now, how well are they going to get along? How are they going to get along?
Yeah, that's the sociology of planning. They have it all planned out.
Rick?
Well, I know what you mean. I don't want to show up.
Hold on, Tim. Rick, what were you going to say?
I said, you always want to know who you're in the bunker with.
You're absolutely right.
It's a real drag to be in a bunker.
Yep. We're out of time today. Now you know that USAPrepares.com is your source for water filtration systems. Here at the farm, we use our water filtration system for drinking, cooking, and for our cats and dogs. Which brand are we using? Well, that would be the ProPure system, because it filters out pathogens, microbes, chlorine, and fluoride. Multiple sources indicate that fluoride is responsible for lowering our IQs by 5%. Now, how many of you would like to sign up for a lower IQ? USAPrepares.com offers ProPure water filtration systems and accessories at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate. We buy them by the pallet loads and pass the savings on to you. And if you're outside of Missouri, there's no sales tax. And if this appeals to you, visit USAPrepares.com. That's USAPrepares.com. You can order online, and we have the ProPure water filtration systems in stock, ready to ship. USAPrepares.com. ProPure water filtration systems at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate.
Thousands of people seeking home security get ripped off every day, and the home security industry wants you to believe that's your only option. They've got hordes of salesmen out there trying to scare you into signing one of their long-term contracts. You get stuck writing huge checks month after month with no way out. It's robbery by contract, and it can cost you thousands. But there's a better way to protect your home. Simply Safe Home Security. Simply Safe has no contracts. None. You'll get award-winning 24/7 protection. Security professionals watching over your home, ready to instantly send police to the rescue for just $14.99 per month. That's less than half what most companies charge. Protect your home the smart way. Visit simplysafedefense.com today for an exclusive 10% offer and get a free keychain remote worth $25. Only when you go to simplysafedefense.com. simplysafedefense.com.